Hello, hello. This is Taboogie. I'm going to be walking you through all of your different coaching here. Please let me know over on Fiverr if you have any questions after we're done, since you won't be able to ask them as we go here, going through the replays. So we'll just pretty much go ahead and get started. I'll be a minute or so while I'm looking for something to talk about. And yeah, just let me know if anything's confusing, if you have questions about anything, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. But we can go ahead and hop into it. All right, looks like we were like tabbed out there for a second. Junger gets headshot. Not that you could help that, but he was critical for hair there. Okay, we're gonna watch those whip shots because now it's 2 we missed. Okay, we landed that one, so that's better. Like the bash. Nice. Okay, so let's see. You play Bap on a Brig, Kiri. Okay, so you do have a pretty flexible roster here. So let's talk about why Brig is probably like an okay pick here in comparison to some other picks. Let's see. Do you stay Brig the whole time here? Think so. We're at like a minute 30. Do you ever swap Brig here, Brig here, Brig here? All right. So why Brig might not be the most wonderful of picks on this map and with these compositions. And then this will help you get to understand have a better understanding of when you should be what characters and whatnot, right? So you could be able to pick better. But it's also like, of course, going to be up to you and what characters you want to play. But just so you know, have a better understanding. So when it comes to compositions, Brig is a brawl character, right? She prefers a close ranged because most of her kit is close ranged, right? So her whip shot only has like 20 meters on it, and that's a cooldown that she has, and that's her only ranged ability, right? Everything else is close ranged. Her flail, that's going to be within like 4 meters. Her bash is 5 meters of range. Then besides that, her inspire, so healing her teammates, that's I think within like a 10-meter radius to her team. You're not going to be able to, like, your rally, right? You're not going to be able to go in and bash anybody if you're not close to them. Really, a lot of Brig's kit, right? And you're also not going to be procking your inspire if you're never flailing anybody and you're never bashing anybody. You're going to be healing less because you're not procking inspire as much. So that means that a lot of your kit revolves around you being able to be on top of people, right? Be close to people, which makes her a brawl character, meaning that she gets along well with characters like Reinhardt or Jungle Queen as tanks, and then she will work well with with compositions that move quickly and fast, as well as getting in close, which also means that she works best on maps that are close ranged and that she can get in quickly on. So for example, a map like King's Row, right? It's a very classic close ranged map. It's a brawl map. So her play style is preferred, and then also her composition is preferred on that map. Whereas on this map, this is a very, very wide, Circuit Royale is a very wide open map, very long, stretched open, right? Which means that this map really is best for a spam composition or poke composition that prefers a long ranged, which just puts you at a disadvantage team composition wise. And then in addition to this being a spam preferred map, dive is the second, is the second here. Really brawl's like the third. Third point is maybe best for brawl, but even on third point, it's still pretty wide open. So spam is really the preferred composition here, which you can see that their team for the most part is running a spam besides their Doomfist, right? They have their Widowmaker and their Torbjorn and their Mercy and Lifeweaver, all of which are spam characters, or Lifeweaver's not as much spam, but the other three are, and they can just kind of pummel you from a distance and just go shoot, 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 shoot. And Brig can't really touch them, right? If they're all sitting up there on the high ground, you can see how you're struggling to even land a whip shot on them, which means that besides the Doomfist, you can't do nothing. So you're limited now to Doomfist and heal botting, right? And that's pretty much it. So it's not to say it's impossible to get value here. It's just gonna be a lot more difficult in this situation. Now, another situation that Brig is good into is she's good with she's decent with a dive. It's to say not as good as a brawl, but she's pretty decent with a dive composition. Where if you're running like a monkey, diva, tracer, Genji, that kind of composition, because she can land packs on them very easily. But she's also going to be doing pretty decent into a anti-dive. So if the enemy team is running a dive, so her best composition is brawl. And then working with dive, she's also pretty good, but probably not as good. And then if it's spam compositions, that's where she's really out of water. That spam compositions is where she gets the least value. If your team's on a spam, if they're on a spam, if the map is spam, then she's getting the least amount of value. And that is this composition right now, where your team is like spammy brawly, right? You're a brawly spam, which is a little weird, but they're also on a spam. So like this is a spam map, so you're running spam compositions and then you're throwing Brig into the mix, which is just a flat up brawl character, which just isn't going to work as well. So all that being said, what character would work better? Well, a character that would work better would be a character like Baptiste, which acts as a spam character who can shoot really easily from long ranges and also heal up his team pretty well. So Bap would act as a really good spam character here. Ana would be like okay. I'd probably say Ana would be as good as Brig here. And then Kiriko once again would be okay. She's probably better in a dive. So I'd say honestly, out of your hero pool, Baptiste would be the best pick here because Baptiste is a spam character. He's also a brawl character. He's a spammy brawl character because he can do those long ranges. He can also do those close ranges. And here in this with your team composition, you're running a brawly spam. Orissa's brawly spam, Kreese brawly spam, Junkrat's brawly spam. You're all kind of in that weird mix where you can do ranges, but a lot of you prefer close ranged. So yeah, we can keep going. That was just my quick explanation. Ana, just so you know, for your other characters as well, so you don't have to circle back to this, Brig is best in brawl compositions, and dive compositions is second, and spam is kind of worst. Ana is best with a brawl comp or a dive comp and is worst in a spam composition. So kind of the same thing. Baptiste is going to be good in a spam comp and a brawl comp, but doesn't really do great with a dive comp because he can't keep up with them. Kiriko, she's going to do great with a dive comp, do okay with a brawl comp, and then with the spam comp, not as much. She's kind of weak in that. So a lot of your characters are weak in a spam composition. So if you're in a spam comp scenario, I'd go with Bap. Otherwise, you're pretty flexible between Brig, Ana, Kiriko on those brawls and those with when you're in brawl and dive scenarios. All right, so let's hop back into it again to some actual gameplay here. Now that we're done all the theory crafting, if any of that was confusing, let me know. I will send you a chart that you can look over that can go over that. Actually, if we ever want to go more in depth on that, I'll just pull up the chart. I don't know why I didn't pull up the chart. Okay, Junkrat gets picked. Okay, so you are doing a good job of staying alive, but the issue is that we don't seem to be getting very much value here, right? We're just kind of sitting, whip-shotting, heal-botting, right? And if that is all the Brig is doing, then like we said before, you're getting very little value. You want to be whip-shotting, getting value, getting in there, right? Doing things. So right now, you should probably be pushing to that left side. And you could have been pushing that left side much earlier here, so pushing over to run up to the high ground. And if you had pushed to run up to the high ground, you could have gone and contested the Life Weaver much sooner, right? Like we could have just made our way across. We could have bashed across, used cover, stand behind your tank, use your shield, bash across to the high ground, and then you have this as cover, right? And you can just start pressuring the Life Weaver off and getting in range to do a flail. You're not going to do anything just sitting around as Brig, but we're just kind of like, we're just chilling and existing. Okay. Make sure maximizing your health packs. Right here, we throw a health pack, which does, I forget the exact healing number every time, but let's say it does like 140 health or something like that, and we're throwing it on a Moira who's down 30 health, right? Or 40 health, right? So we're wasting approximately 100 health worth of health pack. We do the exact same thing on the Junkrat. He's only down like 40 health, and we throw a health pack on him, and then we throw it on Arissa. She needs the health pack there, but then notice in a second here, she's about to be like full HP, and we throw it on her again. Look at her health bar. She's only down like, what is that? Like maybe 100 HP, and we're throwing a health pack on her, and now we don't have any health packs, right? So health pack management. Oh, sorry, one second. Sorry, I just got an emergency alert. Apparently, there's suspicious activity in my area. My apologies. All right. So, like I was saying before with the health packs, want to make sure that you are not just spamming them out, because if we're just spamming them out when we don't need to, then we're not going to have them for when we need it, right? So if we use all of our health packs like this, and then let's say now you have actually we can come out on a third person here. You have a Junkrat who's half HP and a Moira who's half HP. Okay, now you actually have people who need healing and you don't have any health packs, right? So if they die, then that's on you because you could have healed them, but now you can't. So how do you manage that a little bit better? So first, let's talk about overhealing. Overhealing is basically anytime somebody is full HP or even close to full HP and we're healing them unnecessarily, right? So if somebody is full HP, then healing them does absolutely nothing, right? You're just wasting all that extra healing if they're full HP. But then even if they're like a little bit if they're close to full HP, like we said before with that Moira and Junkrat who are down 40 HP and also not in the fight directly, right? Healing them with a health pack is just going to waste the health pack because most of it gets wasted and it wastes your time as well. So you're wasting resources. You're also wasting time because with that time you could be, looking to go do damage. You could be looking for somebody else who needs healing more, things like that. Right, and it preserves your resources. You get to now heal them right now in this situation when they actually do need health packs. So make sure you're health packing when people actually need it, right? You want to make sure you're getting most of your pack values. So right now, Junkrat and Moira, they do need healing. So they would need packs right now. And then also I'd encourage you to be careful about using all of your packs in between fights. So we use most of our packs when we're kind of in this in-between fight phase, right, where we're just kind of poking them, and we use 2-3 of our packs before the fight has really begun, right, like while we're still kind of poking. And now when the fight does begin, when our teammates are on top of each other, now we have no packs to work with, and that means that we're just not going to have any healing when healing is most important, right? So you want to make sure that you're actually getting in there and doing things and whatnot, right? Okay, so that's pack theory. You want to make sure you're getting your packs in. Nice whip shot. Okay, so now Junkrat dies behind you because we didn't have pack for him. Keeping your out. We also don't seem to notice him, so even if you had a pack, you would not have noticed. So make sure to keep your eyes open so you can see and pay attention to the fact that there's the Junkrat behind you who's critical. Watch charging up that Doomfist punch, right? Because if you're charging that up, that's just gonna make it easier for him to punch you and your teammates. Okay, I think this first pack goes to the wrong person. Yeah, I think we try to aim it too fast. We hit the Moira with it. Second pack goes to the right place. Okay, once again, I think we do the same thing here, where we pack, we swing too hard and pack the Genji. Actually, let's look at that because yeah, we just swing too hard and pack the Genji instead. So just making sure that we're aiming it, so it's not going to the wrong people and getting wasted. Okay, look at the Genji once again here. Look, watch his health bar when we're packing him. Full HP, right? So that, you know, 95% of that pack is going to do absolutely nothing, right? So now that's like, you know, 5 packs in this fight that didn't do anything, and now we don't have those as we need them. Plus, it's wasting your time and your mental energy if you're having to pack all the time when you don't need to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty decent rally. Maybe winnable without it, but I think it's a good idea just to secure the fight. So go for it. Over focusing on the Doomfist here, so we're not really looking at the Reaper who's next to us. We're kind of tunnel visioning on him, but yes, we swap to the Reaper. We get the Bastion. Nice, nice, nice. All right, pretty good ults. Okay, let's get some skip in here. Okay, oh, flail, we throw into the wall here. So just flail accuracy and, or sorry, I said flail. Whip shot accuracy as well as health pack accuracy could use a little bit of work. Just be intentional with it. Think about it on a, basically just while you're playing, just think about it and be intentional with it. We'll talk a bit more about application as we go into the session and how to put this stuff into action. Okay, look at Kree's health when we health pack him here. Kree is currently being healed by Moira and is down like 10 HP, right? Whereas in comparison, notice your Moira who's down half HP, right? So Moira needs it, Kree doesn't. I think we throw another wasted health pack. So Kree, and then and we throw it. I actually don't know who that goes to. Does that go to Moira? Okay, we threw that one on Moira. Good, good, good. Okay, look at Orisa's health pack. Okay, I'm gonna stop hammering in on this in a minute after I really get the point across. Look at Orisa's health bar right here. When we throw a health pack on her. You know, that one's okay. She's down a little bit. So that one's decent. Oh, nice. I like that you're getting aggressive on the Mercy. That's good. Nice health pack there. Good job using cover around cart there. Okay, you do a pretty great job so far of using cover and staying alive. That seems to be one of your strengths. Here we throw 2 packs on a full HP Orisa. All right, look at her health bar here when we throw the first one. Maybe she could use the first one, right? She's down a little bit of HP. Throw the first one right here. Look at her health bar right now, right? She's down once again. Like she has all of her health. She's down like 30 HP, you know, max 50 HP. So health pack's just not really needed. Go and swing on some stuff, right? Yeah, there you go. It's just wasted time, wasted resources. Good job using cover. Okay. Here, this is a one fight, and we didn't notice. So, let's talk about how to tell whether or not you've won or lost a fight. So you tell this based off of watching kill feed. If you are up or down 1 to 2 people, that is an advantage or a disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or a lost fight. So, if you have an advantage or a disadvantage, you get more aggressive or more passive. If you've won the fight, you keep going in. If you've lost the fight, you get out if you can. If you can't, you let them kill you. And you just disengage. And then you also don't want to use ultimates in won or lost fights because it's just going to waste the ultimate. You want them for fights, usually. So here in this case, you're up 2 people by the time we're ulting, right? Which, I said before, 1 to 2. So if you're up 2, how do you tell, right? If you're just up 2 people, because maybe that could still be winnable on their part. Well, you tell 2 is the middleman here because it could go either way. And there's a lot of other advantages and disadvantages that could dictate a won or lost fight, such as, for example, look at health bars, right? Which team has more health? Which team has better positioning? Which team has more ultimates? Which team is using and has more abilities? Which team has closer spawns? Things like that, right? So if the enemy team is down 2 people, but they have a massive advantage, right? So let's say they're down 2 people, but you guys are all 1 HP on your team, right? Or they have a massive ult combo, or they have close spawns, right? Then those things make it winnable for them, right? Then it's still an even fight, if they have another massive advantage. But if they're down 2 people and have no additional advantage, in fact, your team has all the advantages, right? So if we look here, your team is actively using Coalescence, right? Your team actively has an ultimate. You have 2 other ultimates you could be using, right? Your Blade and your Brig ult. They only have Valk left, right? That's it. You're up 2 people. They all are 1 HP on their team as of the time we're rallying, right? Look at the top left. Every single person on their team is 1 HP. They're all about to die, right? So this is a one fight. You'll see that I can give a really quick prediction here. After we rally, it's going to be like 2 seconds till we win, right? Because they're just all 1 HP, right? Rally. 1, 2, yep, there you go. And they're all dead. And then Genji really over-ulted there with the Blade, right? So overall, Rally just gets wasted here because we could have just saved it for the next fight. So watch kill feed, pay attention to the flow of the fight, who's up and who's down, and then you'll be able to have better rally timing there. Nice health pack. Get a flail up in there. Or whip shot. Sorry, I always mix up those two. Okay. Good job keeping impact there. Right. And so when you're in between these fights, it's good to just rotate that first pack. So exactly what you just did there. Right. You're in between fights. So you pack him and you wait. And you pack it, and once it comes back, you pack them again. So that way you always have 2 available, right? As soon as the fight begins, you have at least 2 to work with instead of having none to work with. So you just rotate that first pack, and then you try to rely on your other support, natural healing, and your whip shot for Inspire. And then, of course, as needed, you can be packing more, but you're just trying not to use packs in between fights, right? Like here... There you need 2. Yep, those on Orisa are fine. Okay. Yep. All right. You tried. Maybe could, like, back in this fight, yeah, they're all way too far away from you, right? So it's not like you can, like, besides the Doomfist, you can't go and swing on anything, which once again we said is Brig's weakness in this composition on this map, is that nothing, besides the Doomfist, you're not going to be able to do anything. I think you land your packs fine enough and really good, so Not too many things you could have done differently there. I think they just had more that you guys evened out the ult economy, right? If we had Rally there, then that would be a different story. But they had Doomfist ult, they had Mercy ult to use. You guys had High Noon and that was it, right? So they were able to flip the ult economy because you guys used over ults. So that is really what flipped the fight there. Not anything you misplayed this fight. It was because you misplayed last fight. Yep. So far, survivability is really good. Right, let's look at deaths. How many deaths do you have? Okay, so you actually do pick up your deaths. Because we die. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong character here. Yakuza. Okay. Nope, never mind. You have only 4 deaths in a 21-minute game. That is a really good death rate. Like, I will say, like, that is an excellent death rate to have. So if that's a consistent thing you have, and you're not, and which we'll see in the other replays, if that's a consistent thing you have, that's a strength. That's something you do really well, is your survivability. You use cover well, you're staying alive, you're not just sprinting in and dying. But where you could be seeing problems is in your ability to stay alive. Or sorry, I said that wrong. In your ability to go in and do things and to get value, right? You're struggling to get carrying potential and carry value out of your fights, even though you're staying alive, right? This is one way to say it, is you could be the most survivable person in the game by sitting in spawn and doing absolutely nothing, right? But you're not going to be able to do anything but from sitting in spawn. So you have to find that balance where you're doing things and staying alive. In this game, so far, I think you've been doing a pretty good job of that. I'd say the primary things we've seen has been mismanagement of health packs, as well as some other things as well. There's just like a few things that are wrong so far. Health pack usage has been one major thing that we should get you more value, keep your teammates alive more consistently, and then also Brig's not great on this map, so while you are staying alive, you're also just naturally getting less value, and we just haven't been able to do anything. Like here, could be Doomfist is low HP. Go get on top of him. Swing on him. We're just too far pushed back. I think sometimes in these fights, you're positioning too far away. I'll show you more of that while we're going through more of these fights. But here, we just got Doomfist to half HP. You have your Orisa with you. Go jump on top of him, right? Walk towards him. Don't walk away from him. But we're walking away from him. So bash towards him. Get closer to him. There you go. So you secure the kill, but he could have gotten out there, right, if we didn't go for it. It was just a little bit slow to engage. Look at that health back go too. Okay, so that did go to the Genji. Good rally. Nice. Good job pushing with it. Focus on the Mercy, not the Bastion. Bastion is just going to get pocketed through the whole thing, right? Bastion has more health. He's tankier. Mercy's an easier character. Target priority is always go for the, not always, but generally speaking, go for the easier target to kill, because the easier target will actually die, right? If you swing on Mercy here, who's just a little bit to the side, you have Bastion in 1 second as well, right? Go swing on the Mercy, and she'll be much more likely to die here. We're also using Rally from pretty far away from them, right? We're using Rally when we're not in, like, range to go and swing on them, right? We have to bash over, and then they're just away from you, and then they get booped away again. So by the time you're actually on them, you've wasted half of your ultimate, right? So maybe wait to get a hair closer and then Rally before, and then that way you have a little bit more Rally to go. Yeah, on the wrong target, but it's good that you're going aggressive. The aggression is good, just on the wrong thing there. And then Doomfist, right? So we're constantly swinging at the things that will be the hardest to kill, the things that won't die, right? That's just the only thing we're looking at in this game, right? We don't really look at the Mercy. We don't really look at the Life Weaver. We don't really look at the Soldier. We're swinging on the Doomfist the entire game and the Bastion. Part of that is just naturally the difficulty of getting to the other characters, but then the other part is just you looking at them. Like there we had the equal opportunity to go and look at the Mercy and we didn't. Right? So make sure that as you're playing, you're actively trying to focus on those easier characters. And tanks by design are designed to be the hardest characters. And that's not to say you never look at them. You can look at them if they're low, if they're out of position, if they're the only thing to look at, go for them. But you don't want to be constantly spending your whole game on them when you could actively be going after those other characters. Okay, missed a pack on the Orisa here. Were we trying to aim past her? Yeah, I mean, like, a crosshair's pretty much on top of her. So, be intentional, right? Health pack, we throw health pack on the Orisa here instead of, and then we throw 2 on her. So that. I think that's a decent idea to throw 2 on her, but she's obviously just dead now. Okay, health back on a full HP Orisa, and now Moira's 1 HP. Okay, stick with your Orisa. Right, we're like full backing while Orisa's pushing, right? We're just a little bit slow to get back in there with her. You have health, your teammates don't, right? Like, maybe we could be pushing once again a little bit hard here. Like, you have your Genji and Orisa in front of you. You could be like, if you're in there doing things right now, like, nobody's looking at you, they're all looking at Orisa. There's so many people who you could just be swinging on right now. Like, if you land a whip shot on Soldier, he's dead, right? Let's see, do we have whip shot? No, it's on 2 seconds. But if we bash over to him and swing on him, he's dead. They're all looking at Genji. If you go and run over here and just start swinging on the Mercy, you pressure her out of position. If you go over to the right side, you can start swinging on the Life Weaver, right? You can climb up these little trash cans and get up to the high ground and start swinging on them. And then, oh, they look at you and start shooting you. You just bash back to your team and you're behind your Orisa again, right? So go in there, do things, swing, get aggressive, get kills, instead of just sitting around, because we can't heal bot, we don't even have him. But notice the first character we're going and swinging on, not the Bastion who's 1 HP, not getting on the Life Weaver who was over here on the side, right? Not trying to swing on the Mercy who's just hovering right to your side and is about to go for a res. We're swinging on the Doomfist, right? Just once again, same thing as we're just constantly, you're too fixated on the Doomfist just because he's been who we're focusing on the whole game so far. Okay, we weren't paying attention, so Mercy gets away with a res for free. We maybe could have whip shotted her away, right? So awareness of the res means we could maybe prevent it. But at this point, fight's lost. This is a done fight. Oh, I mean, somehow you guys are doing something. Actually. Oh, wow. Okay, well, you guys were down 2 people, but Genji just got a pick, and then you got 2. Well, all right. Well, never mind. I stand corrected. Yeah, not always heard that. Really, when you're working with things like that, it's just statistical probability, right? It's just who's more likely to win the fight. And you guys pulled it out, even if you were less likely to win. Good job, good job. Okay, notice how you're positioning behind your entire team again, right? Where this makes it decent for health packs, but now you're at a range where you can't flail, you can't bash, you can't peek for a whip shot, right? So if your team's holding that corner, hold that corner with them, because then you can actually go and, like, you know, maybe you can whip shot the Doomfist away, or you can just flail around that corner. So yeah, we just back up a little bit there. Oh, yeah, mostly overheal pack. Okay. Flail accuracy, once again, could use some work. Let's talk really quickly about application since we've talked about a lot of different things so far. So if I say you should work on your flail accuracy and your accuracy with your health packs, well, what does that look like? What does that mean, right? And then even all these other things that we've been talking about working on. What does it actually mean to work on it? Well, you're going to be putting them into action really the same way you put anything into action, and that is that you're going to actively focus on them while you play. You're not just going to play or play to win. You're going to play to improve. And what that looks like is you're going to be thinking to yourself, flail, 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 or sorry, whip shot, whip shot, whip shot, whip shot, whip shot, whip shot, right? Where you're constantly giving yourself a reminder to think about your whip shot as you're playing. And as you think about it constantly, then you're probably going to have a bit better whip shot accuracy because you're thinking about landing it, right? And then as you have better accuracy with it, then you're going to start to make that into habit, and then it'll just come much more naturally to you. This works especially well if you're talking about something like your health pack usage, right? Knowing when to heal, when not to heal, right? When to throw it, when not to throw it. And as you focus on that, it'll just become second nature, right? It'll just become a habit. You'll just know how to do it as you give it intentionality to it. So think about it, actively focus on it, and then don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to do everything all at once. Instead, focus on one category of things to work on, or 1 to 3 smaller things within a category to work on. And I'll give you some examples of that to work with at the end. I'll give you some things to work with. But just actively focus on it while you're playing. Maybe you can go practice it in like a try-hard free-for-all, or warm up your aim before you start playing, but I don't know if that's essential. On some of your other characters, I haven't seen you play your other characters yet, though. So maybe we'll get to that as you're playing more aim-intensive characters. Yeah, can't really do anything from this range, just kind of chilling. Whip shot the wall. We weren't real. Oh, someone gets headshot. Good job getting a little bit aggro. I like they were pushing a little bit. Once again, it's just like on the Doomfist. Oh, good job getting him. We did back off when he was like low HP there, though. Watch the res. Be aware. Watch it. Pay attention. So there we just saw her Valk and we saw her swoop in with it. You never ever have to watch for dead bodies unless they have a mercy. That's because team composition dictates play style. So you're playing differently, and we've already discussed that when we were talking about team comps earlier. If they're playing a different team comp and you're playing a different team comp, that completely changes your play style and how you should be approaching the game. So if they have a mercy, gotta watch dead bodies, right? Unless you just saw her use it or she's dead. Okay. By the time that we're rallying, we're already down 2 people because we lost our Junkrat already, and then we just lost our Moira. So once again, this is kind of like a losing fight, right? At the very minimum, I'd say this is probably a lost fight. At the very minimum, this is a heavy disadvantage, right? Probably don't want to be ulting right now because then we just don't get ult value, right? We just instantly lose our Hanzo, and then we are now, it's a 2v5. This is a 100% a lost fight in a 2v5. So now the whole rally just ends up getting wasted. It's good that you notice it. You just notice it too late, right? You notice that you lose the fight here and you're backing up, which is good. It's just way too late that you're noticing it. Okay, we're in between fights. Now we might want to start preserving some of our health packs instead of wasting them. We want to be careful with them. Good, nice. We're recharging him. That's good. Missed the whip shots. Nice. Land the whip shot. That's good. Good job shielding. Our wrist is engaging and we're like full back, right? it probably might be a good idea if you're a Brig who likes to be at a closer range to maybe like be positioning down here somewhere, right, where you still have cover, right? You can still play away from the McCree, away from the Widowmaker, but now you can actually whip shot things, and maybe you can peek and start swinging on the Doomfist, or if they get closer, start swinging on one of these guys. But we're just playing way out of range here, right? Way too far back. So watch your ranging, and watch playing too far away. Be careful about playing too far back. There, we're health packing Orisa, who's full HP, and getting Moira ulted. Okay, that was pretty decent. Accidentally health packed the Moira. Nice whip shot. Okay, he gets one tapped. Can't do anything about that. Okay. Okay. Want to just be full in this lost fight. We just want to be full disengaging. We disengaged too late. That was a lost fight. Once again, right? We're down 2 people and no other major advantage. That was a lost fight as soon as we lost Hanzo, right? Or I guess actually we already lost Junkrat, right? So this is a lost fight now, right? All of you are 1 HP. There, it's a 3v5. This is a lost fight, so we should be getting out if we can, and if we can't, let them kill you. Here we definitely can get out if we just turn around and bash away, but we kind of just overstay our welcome. We hang around, and then we dead, right? So we just give them an extra kill. Nothing, like, yeah, so just watch the flow of the fight. Double packing the Junkrat, who probably only needs 1 pack. Watch double packs. Here, once again, we're in between fights. Preserve these health packs. Look, we're packing Kree, who's down 30 HP, right? Most of that pack's getting wasted, and now we have no health packs. Even if we try to recontest or the fight begins here, we don't have anything. Packing Orisa, who's mostly full HP. That one's fine, but now we have no health packs. Okay, still have no health packs. Okay. Okay, rally, but the fight hasn't really started yet. I mean, like, we're down a person, and we're also not really, like, in range for it. Once again, maybe, like, push in range before ulting, like, get up to, like, here and then use it, because we're just gonna, I'm imagining we're just gonna struggle to get up to people. Like, we whip shot them away, and then, look, we're just kind of sitting here, right? We're not able to get in there and flail. We don't bash anything with your stun, which is a really big strength of your rally. We just sit here, right? And that's really not how you want to be using rally. A lot of time, you've been good with it before, where you use rally to push. Rally is usually a push thing. Sometimes you can use it maybe a little bit defensively, right? If you're trying to, like, you know, bash an ult or something like that. But a lot of times you want to push with it, and there we just weren't able to push. And I think that's just because we used it too early, and they all just backed away. Right, so use it when you're able to actually push and get on top of them. Here, pushed really far back. Take the front corner where you're in range to do things, right? We're just like hugging this back corner where you're not going to be able to flail. You can't whip shot. Notice, like, for example, here, like, you get a kill. If we're up on this corner right here, where you can see your whole team and flail and whip shot, you could peek and boot Mercy away from res with a whip shot, right? Once again, easy value if you're being aware of it. If you're in the right positioning, here we're too far back, right? Could be closer. Oh, and then we get a headshot. Yikes. Right. If you're trying to close that gap through the open, maybe use your bash, right? Because you can use your bash as mobility. Okay. Use all 3 health packs on your Orisa, who, like, nothing to pay attention to is the fact that you have another support who's also healing, right? So you use health pack, and you can see your Moira's healing here too, right? So, and she has all of her armor, right? So maybe not necessity. We throw maybe the third health pack is the least needed, right? Because she's the most high in health, and you have a Moira there. We run really far into the room, right? That means that you can't see and help your teammates. You don't have to run away because you have a shield, right? So just pay attention to your teammates, especially here. Health pack the McCree, who doesn't need it. Hanzo gets headshot. Nothing you can do about that. Okay, go touch point. Oh, there you go. So you had somebody else touch point for you. You're probably waiting for your rally here. But honestly, like as Brig, that's probably on you to go touch. But I guess it makes sense that you wanted to get if you're trying to make sure you stayed alive for your rally. I respect that. But you just gotta be very careful about letting your Sojourn go touch for you when you have a shield. Once again, notice our target priority. We're rallying here, and we could be pushing things, and we focus on the Doomfist, right? Who's not gonna die. He just has too much health, right? Go bash the McCree and the Life Weaver, right? We do go for them, but we just boop them further away. Mercy, get her. Oh! Just barely gets away. Okay, finally get him. We got the Mercy, nice. Okay, once again, all of our health packs are gone by the time the fight begins. Got none of them. Charging up the Doomfist punch again. Watch charging up that Doomfist punch if you could just choose not to swing at him. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate. You just kind of got punched from the side. Okay. Okay, so now we're holding further back. You know, that's fine. Health pack full HP Moira. If your Orisa was up on that corner, like it could have been a good idea to be up there. But now, of course, she's backing. We also don't have any health packs when they're low now because we've been wasting them. Right, you got teammates who need health packs and we don't got any. Alright, don't have any for Sojourn who needs it. Nice. That's something we could be doing a lot more with this Doomfist, is going for the bash, or what do you call that? Counter charge. I mean, it's not really charge, but that's, I guess, the traditional terminology for it. When you stun him, right? Get him on the ground. That's something we maybe could be doing more frequently, because this is the first time all game that we've done it, right? This is the first time. I guess it happened one other time while we're in rally, maybe. So twice in a 17 minutes. So we could probably be doing that more to shut down the Doomfist and get your team to kill him super easily. Especially because he's been jumping into the middle of your team every single time here. So try to catch him head on and just bash him head on when you see him charging up his punch. See him charging up his punch, just get in his face. The only thing to be careful with is obviously you don't want to die, so do it when your team can pocket you more than their team can shoot you. Right? So here, I think you might be fine because I think you're going to be out of line of sight of the soldier, out of line of sight of the Widowmaker, so I think you should be fine. And then your whole team can shoot at the Doomfist, right? So let's watch it. Oh, wait, what happened there? Oh, did he get hacked out of it? I thought he... Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got hacked up. You got get up, and you melt all of his health. Oh, so close to getting him, right? But you were safe, so I think that was still a good play, right? Go for that when more of your team can see you guys than their team can see you guys. Just be really careful with it because you have less health than Doomfist. Okay, Orisa dies. We're a little bit too far out in the open. Could be bashing away to safety. This is a long game. Double packing Orisa. Probably only single pack is needed. Don't double pack when only one pack would suffice. Okay, your whole team's dropping. Nice, we're up a pick. Once again, notice how there's like 4 people there, and the one target we're swinging on is the Doomfist, right? He's not... Tanks have 2 to 3 times the health of other characters. Armor, tanking abilities. Doomfist has mobility, right? They get healed the easiest. Doomfist is just going to be the hardest person on their team to kill, right? So don't try to do it every fight. Uh-oh, we just missed that whip shot on her. That's unfortunate. We're full HP. Get in there, swing on stuff. Right, we're just kind of sitting here. There you go. A little far back there. Okay, nice. Go position here. You're outside of whip shot range on anything here. With a shield and a bash. So shield right here and then bash across. Position yourself like over here. During the fight. Now you shouldn't, because the fight's obviously you're down a person, so you just wait for them. But when the fight begins, get over here, because now you can actually whip shot and be in range of it. Try to be in range of your whip shot, and then you can also, you're much closer to push to high ground if your Orisa pushes with you, or if they have less people up there, right? Then you can push to high ground and get up closer to them. So just whenever this next fight begins, push across that gap instead of just sitting over here. Close the distance. Yep, okay, so that's good. This is kind of like the area that you want to be. That's what I was talking about. So that's a better play. Doomfist backs out. You could be, and Genji's up there, you could be pushing high ground right now, right? Like, imagine right now, and Orisa's pushing with you. Imagine if you go and start swinging on these guys, right? That's a lot of value to get to be swinging on those guys. And you'd be able to heal the Genji too. But we're kind of slow. We focus on Doomfist, right? We're slow to do it, and we're looking at Doomfist again instead of those easier characters. So we're just hyper-focusing on Doomfist. And then he gets out, right? Of course. So, too much focus on the Doomfist. Could have maybe gotten some kills if we went high grounds. Generally, you're pretty good at noticing when your teammates are low HP, which is good. Or noticing when they need healing. But I think that's just because we overheal a lot. We're just healing too much. Right, like, once again, we don't have any packs. None at all. I think it's a good rally. You want to clean up this fight. Stagger them. Because now they're going to have a staggered recontest. We could be pushing. Yep, push him. Get a kill. Nice. Cool. Get 3 on cart. Yeah, they're going to have to staggered recontest. Nice. A good attempt at the boop. Yep. Oh, almost isolated yourself with a Reaper. almost an oopsie. So you just got to watch that. And that's, I think, pretty much game here. Okay, that's game. Let's get the next one up. Keep things moving along. Okay, let's see. We might be playing a different character here. Okay, so we're playing BAP here. Oh, coming out of spawn a little bit late. Watch that. That can be something that really snowballs during a game if you're coming out of spawn late, right? So here we come out of spawn, and if you're down a player, that's a disadvantage in the first fight. If you lose that first fight because you're down a person, well, then that can really tank team mental health. It can also make it so that they have more ults and they just have the natural advantage, right? That first fight is important, right? Like if you lose that first fight, you are like, how that works is if you lose the first fight, you are more likely to lose the rest of the game, right? Just more likely, right? So just make sure you're coming out of spawn with your team. Just an important thing. Let's say really quickly, how many deaths do you have? Okay, death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a 14-minute game. Once again, death rate, excellent death rate, right? That's not a lot. That's like a bad death rate is like 1 a minute, and this is probably once a minute would be 14 or 12 deaths in this game, and you have 6. So yours is once every 2 minutes, which is a much better death rate to have. Really, really good. But once again, that means that the problem probably isn't coming from dying too much. Maybe you have some deaths that could have been preventable. Of course, those will always exist, right? You might have some preventable deaths, but it's lack of value. You want carry value so you can win these fights. And you can see how, once again, coming out of spawn late, they're down a player, and you've lost your diva before the fight's even begun. You're down a McCree. Oh, sorry, that was our kill. Right, we're red now. So that's good. You get a pick, but you're down your diva before the fight even begins, right? So you're actually still at a disadvantage now because you came out of spawn late. Okay. Aim style here looks very flicky, right? Notice how we're kind of like looking up to the top right and then dragging down to the left. Looking top right, dragging down to the left. Watch it. Right? So very flicky aiming. Flicking is not bad, but there's sometimes where it's good and sometimes where it's not good. Flicking is good up against fast-moving characters. So if there's somebody sneaking up behind you, right, then go ahead, flick to turn around to get to them. If you need to, go ahead. If it's a fast-moving character, right, let's say a tracer's blinking around you, flick to catch up to the tracer, right? If you are acquiring a new target, so you're looking at the Moira, you kill the Moira, and you're looking at the Hanzo. You flick to acquire a new target. But if you're just aiming straight up at a slow-moving character who is right on top of your crosshair, then flicking's really just messing with your aim. You're just throwing off your own shots, right? If you're just flicking on somebody that you don't need to flick on. So watch unnecessary flicking. I can't ask you these questions for aim purposes, but it looks like aim could use some work. Let's see during this next fight if this is still the case. Yeah, aim looks like it could use a little bit of work. Let me just see a little bit more of that, just to make sure before I start talking about it. Okay, once again, very flicky. It's like, look at how it's up and down, up and down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And then we're looking back at the ground as well. Okay, so with mechanics, if this isn't not something you do, I might recommend warm up before you go and play competitive. Right, warm ups are about 10 minutes ish of go and play a high aim intensive game mode. Your mechanics is something that deteriorates really quickly. In one night, your mechanics will be worse than a little bit worse than it was the day before, because you got to refresh it. So go and play something high aim intensive. So that could be an aim trainer if you want to do an external aim trainer. So there's also aim trainers in game if you just go to custom games and search up aim trainer. Do that for like 10 minutes. Or you can do something like gun game, try hard free for all, regular free for all deathmatch, 1v1 arena, aim arena. There's lots of different ones. Anything that is just focused on you and shooting things, right? Which is really what your focus should be on when you're just warming up your aim for the day. And then that also, if you ever want to practice your aim, I'd also recommend those same features. And don't do it all the time, but maybe do it while you're like in queue, waiting for a game, right? You can just go and hop in a quick aim trainer, right? And that way you're just getting your aim more consistent so you can land shots easier, because right now this is very flicky. Something else, I can't ask you because you're not here what your sensitivity is, but this looks like a pretty high sensitivity. Maybe that could be the case. If it's a high sensitivity, which typically you combine your sensitivity and DPI, sensitivity and DPI, if you multiply those together, you get your eDPI. So for example, if you have a sensitivity of 5, so I'll give you mine. I have 5, I think I think I just have 5, right? 5 times 800 DPI is 4,000 eDPI. I would say that anywhere from like 1,000 to 4,000 or 5,000, I say 1,000 to 5,000 is a low sensitivity. 5,000 to 10,000 is like a medium sensitivity. Or 5,000 to like 8,000 is a medium sensitivity, right? Anywhere past that is a high sensitivity. If you have over like 8 to 10,000 eDPI, then you probably have too high of a sensitivity, and it might be a good idea to try lowering it, which I could walk you through in the future, or you can look up videos on what a good lower sensitivity would look like. Okay, we kind of looked away, and D.Va got out of mech there. Good shift. Okay. Notice how you're backing up a little too far, and now you can't see to heal. Yeah, just missing a lot of shots. Make sure you're still in range to be able to see and heal your teammates here. Oh, just out of range of the Reaper there, right? So just because you're backing up a little bit too far, right? You're too focused on staying alive that your teammates are suffering as a result, right? If you were just a hair bit closer, you could have landed that immortality field. Right, Reinhardt, he's critical HP, but we're too focused on staying alive ourselves that we're not paying attention to teammates. Right, he just barely gets out. Also, for context, I think that BAP is a perfectly fine character here because you're playing a brawly composition, right? Like because you're on a brawl here, so BAP works perfectly fine. Okay, let's talk about aiming once again real quick. Crosshair placement is aiming in the best place possible to hit the easiest shots possible. And first really major step to this is aiming at head level. Against Moira here, look at where we're aiming. We're aiming at her body, right? And this is a consistent thing. On Brig, you don't have to worry about headshots. You probably want to aim at the body, but on any character that can headshot, you aim for head level, right? With BAP, and this is a struggle because you play Brig, who doesn't need to aim for headshots. Ana doesn't need to aim for headshots. Kiriko and Baptiste for their healing don't need to aim for headshots. But for Kiriko and Baptiste's damage, you have to aim head level, right? Which will allow for headshots, which will do approximately 2 times damage, right? Across most characters, it does 2 times damage, which is a lot more damage. And just the simple fact of aiming up a little bit higher, you'll be doing a lot more damage. Okay, kind of losing track of your teammates here, right? We weren't paying attention to the Reinhardt because we were too focused on Moira, but we still win the fight. That's good. We just kind of stopped paying attention to the tank there. Could be chasing these guys. It's a 5v2, and we're kind of like not pressuring them at all, right? You could have been chasing them. Once again, like just a little bit. There's some times where you could be getting more aggro and we're not, right? Could be getting extra value and we're not, just because we're playing too passive. Which is good that you're staying alive. It's just bad that you're not getting a value that you could be getting. Okay. So here, maybe a better place would have been up on up a little bit further, like here, because now from here your Reinhardt's kind of holding this, and you could see everything over there. So this is just maybe a little bit too far pulled back of a window, maybe just a hair too far pulled back. Reinhardt doesn't get to fire strike through it either. Maybe you could be chucking in an immortality field after him if he's critical HP over there. Another thing to watch for. Right, aim, yep, definitely. Body shots, kind of very flicky and all over the place. So practicing that, warming up, practicing, aiming head level, those will be things that will help you, and being intentional with your aim. Those will be things that will help you have better aim. Okay, good job noticing there's a lost fight. Regrouping. Alright, and that's in between. Next round. Now we're on Brig. Once again, better composition because you're actually on a brawl this time. And this is a more brawly map than the last one, which is a pure spam map. So this is a better circumstance to be running Brig. Go get a little bit closer, right? Once again, we're pulled really far back. What if you play right behind your Reinhardt, right? And so you can swing on this Zarya, right? You have shield, you have Reinhardt in front of you. You can back up as needed. Or you play off of the corner, right? So you can swing on her. But we're just playing outside of bash range. We're playing outside of flail range. Go play within those ranges, and you'll be doing a lot more. I think we got hit by Hanzo there. But it's good that you're paying attention. Good, good, good. Go get aggro, get on top of something. There you go. We're now watching the res. Watch the res, right? They have a mercy. You can whip shot it away. Yep, go get on her. Swing, swing. There you go. Nice. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Full HP Reinhardt. Okay, here we're maybe trying to health pack the Reaper while Reinhardt's in the way. Make sure your teammates are out of the way, right? It's very simple. Wait for Reinhardt to move, wait for Reaper to come to you, or move to the left, move to the right, walk through Reinhardt, right? Don't try to just pack somebody through another person. Wasting all the health packs once again. You don't have any. Watch where your teammates are. We're like full backing and our teammates are pushing, right? We're even right now. We don't need to be full backing. We only need to play a little bit more we're even, right? It's still 4v4. You don't need to fully back up, but that could have gotten some of your teammates killed if they were pushing and you're backing. Notice how far back your positioning is, right? You have a Reaper up close, you have a Reinhardt up close. Be closer. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Much better. We're not like as intently focused on the Zarya there. You went for the right targets. Nice, you're over on the Genji. Nice. This is better target priority than in the last game. Really good job using your shield in the duel. Okay, good job getting around the corner. Reinhardt still dies. That's unfortunate. Okay. We were down a person before Reinhardt died, so we're down 2 right now. This is a lost fight, right? So we're rallying in a lost fight. Once again, down 2 people. watching the flow of the fight, down 2 people, we have no additional significant advantage, right? Yes, we have Rally, and yes, we have Lifeweaver ult, but they have Blade, and they almost have Grav, right? And everyone's the same health. We don't have better positioning than them. We have no significant additional advantage, which means that they've won this fight already. So I will give you like a 90 to 10% chance that they win this, right? There's maybe like a 10% chance you got it, but most likely you lose this, and I can just kind of guess that from here. Oh, nice. It's a good job going for the Mercy. She isolated herself. That's really good. You got the Mercy, but and then we just die because there's not much else we can do. But they have Grav. Oh my goodness, our team pulls it around. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So here, I'd say they just kind of let you get away with it because Mercy, for some reason, just flies off into this room by herself. And then their team just kind of like stares at you as you walk into them. and does not do a good job of shooting at you. Moira's off on her own for some reason. So and Genji's not shooting at you, right? So you have Genji and Moira not looking at the same thing. Honestly, that they kind of just flopped that one. But once again, your team somehow pulled that around. So honestly, better that you use it than you not use it. Like it's I'd rather see ults used a little bit inoptimally than not used at all. And honestly, I think that's an example of like if that's just a little bit of a higher rank, that probably gets punished. And just because just because something's not punished doesn't mean it's not a mistake, right? Let's say this was, I think you said your gold, if I'm not mistaken. Let's say that's a plat game, right? Yeah, your gold 2. Let's say it's a plat 2 game. That might have been a lost game in a plat 2 game just because they actually like look at you and shoot at you and you die, right? So just gotta be careful because you want to practice for success in these games. You got away with it. It worked out great. Not gonna I'm not gonna complain hard about that. Just gotta watch it. Be careful. Okay, go anchor around your Reinhardt so you can swing on things. Be positioned around where your Reinhardt's positioned because once again, look how far back we are. If we're right behind our Reinhardt, he can protect us while we go in and swing on top of things. We're just really far back there. Nice, you're actually getting on things. Cool, cool, cool. You see how much easier it is this game to get on top of things and swing on them? Okay, there we turned the swing on the Moira way too late. Right, we're just too focused on the Zarya when we see Moira pocketing her. We could have turned, we have bash, we could just bash over and start swinging on the Moira. And then that probably just pressures her out at the very least. So, should have the easier thing. Not much you can do about that one. Okay, yep, not much you can do about that one. That's unfortunate. Both your DPS just kind of walked in. Good job using. You're really good at your cover usage. That's something that not a lot of gold players are good at. Something you're doing really, really well, and I'd say that's above your current rank is your cover usage and your survivability. So if you actually just start getting a little bit more value, you'll probably see climbing pretty quick. Whip shot, whip shot, whip shot. Oh, you don't have it. Darn it. Okay. Yeah. Maybe could have bashed to try to get closer and swing on her as an option. But you guys won the fight. That's good. Okay, starting fight, 0 health packs available. Seems to be a trend. Use it on a full HP Reinhardt. Now we don't have anything for the Reaper, who's critical. Okay. I think that's pretty... the problem is that they just had so much to combo with it that I don't think that using Rally is worth it, right? They had too much to combo with Grav, right? They had Bastional and Tire. Like, you guys just couldn't do anything against that. Even with two support ults, that's like neither of your support ults are defensive ultimates. So I don't think you're gonna be able to get much out of that. But you're at least stalling for a while, which is really good. So at the same time, honestly, could have gone either way because now you could have had it for this fight, which would have been really handy. It wasn't valueless because you did stall out more time, which is good. But you could have still stalled some of that time even without Rally, and then now you have it for this fight. Notice how we're like full disengaged, and now we can't see. We stopped paying attention to our McCree on the right side, who died over there, right? So we're out of range to be able to health pack him. We just backed way too far up. You're not anchoring with your Reinhardt again. You're kind of like off on your own. Anchor on your tank. Double pack when one pack would suffice on Reaper. Good job. Now you're kind of in the action with your Reinhardt. That's better. Oh, Mercy gets the res off. Maybe instead of backing up this way, we could have just backed up around the corner. Right, that might have been better because then you can still swing and defend the body and still be close. Once again, we're kind of backing up really far here. I'd be going in with him. Yeah, there you go. We're just a little bit delayed on it, and now he's out. Right, we're going in after Reinhardt's backing out. Right, so watch your Reinhardt. Play with him. Don't play without him. Right, anchor around your tank. Don't, push with your team. Don't push after your tank's backing up. And good rally for the touch. Good touch. Nice, you can get the Moira maybe. Oh, never mind. She's being pocketed. And you're dead. Oops. Awareness, pay attention, keep your ears open so you can hear the Junkrat, and then you can shield him. Something like that, right? And then I think it's a lost fight. I will say, you picked really excellent games to go over. These are really close games where you did pretty decent, right? You didn't do horrible. You also didn't do perfect, but you didn't do horrible. And they're really close games where you lost. These were really, really good games that you picked. Just for future reference, so you know if you ever do more coaching, these are the kind of games you want. Because we get to see the, the good and the bad. And it's not like a roll on either direction. Okay, last one, and then we'll do a quick review. Oh, this is 20 minutes. Oh, there we go. On Ana now this time. Okay, so we're on Ana. This is, once again, I think it's a good character because they're a bit more divey. I mean, Kiriko could have been decent here. Brig could have been decent here. Ana works fine because you're working with a Sombra who you can heal decently. Diva you can heal pretty decently. So, yeah, I think Ana works fine here. If you're struggling too much up against their, like, Doomfist, Genji, then you can swap Brig. Playing a little too far back here. Oh, nice picks, but you don't have line of sight on your teammates. This is something in the last game we saw too. Make sure you're positioning yourself where you can see as many teammates as possible. It's as simple as standing right here instead of right here, because now you can see and heal your diva while still getting that same pick, right? So position where you can see your teammates. Don't position where you don't have line of sight on people. Right, we're out of line of sight of our people here. Nice sleep. Very nice. Uh-oh. Watch your Sombra. Heal her up. Nade, 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 nade. Finish her off pretty easy with a nade there. Alright. Oh, maybe we can test. Let's see. Okay. Nade a little bit late after he's already kind of away from you. Sleep him. Oh. We sleep right past his block there. Don't rush it. He's standing still, right? Take your time with it. Kind of like flick it off to the side a hair. Nice, good shots. Okay. Okay, we're just kind of pushing card along. Nice. I like that you're just pushing. Good heals. Watch your Sombra who's critical up in there. Maybe you could heal her. No, she's good. Sleep first, nade second, right? Like, always go for that. I mean, like, it's good. I guess it's good that you're watching for the block. Okay, so I guess that's good that you're watching. You're trying to watch for the block for the easy sleep. Just be careful because if he's like on you and you have a Genji and Doomfist on you, then sleep will shut them down quicker. But overall, I think that's still good. Nice. Okay, nice. Uh-oh. Your Ashe gets shot and killed. Watch, healing always comes as a priority over damage. I guess your Mercy was on her, but she still ended up dying. That's unfortunate. Okay. We do have a nano boost here, but you don't have really a target to nano because your D.Va is out of mech, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, this is pretty much a lost fight. Good job not ulting because you had both your other DPS died before the fight really began. Teammates kind of staggering. Sombra goes and staggers. He can be calling in chat to regroup or something. Nice. Try to... Oof. He got out somehow there. I wouldn't go chasing too far because he's just gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna keep running. Okay. You're not... Probably should be with your teammates here. Like, watch where your D.Va's at. We're just focused too much on the Genji. Nice. Good sleep for the Bob. Oh. Okay. Kind of just way out in the open here. Pull, like, a little far behind your team. Like, look where your D.Va's at. And we're, like, all the way over here. So, instead, what if we were over here with the D.Va? Right? Could be on cart with him, or like over here and just like waiting for the fight to begin here, but we're kind of out in the open, too far pulled back when our D.Va's pushing cart, and then we're just gonna get dove super easily as a result. Yep, and then we're dead, right? And we don't get to use D.Va caps, so that's good, but I mean, they're not always going to C9, so make sure you're sticking with your team. Yeah. Still really far back. Notice how you can't heal your Sombra, and we're just not in range of doing things. Ana is not a long-ranged character. She does have a long-range sniper, which is really great. That's really nice. But both of her abilities are projectile abilities, and projectiles by nature are more difficult to land at ranges because you they have travel time. By the time they get there, they've already moved out of the way, right? Which means that both of her abilities are gonna struggle from ranges, and then also you might struggle to have line of sight at ranges, like here, right? If you can't see teammates from too far away, then push closer, get closer. But here you can't see D.Va, can't see Sombra that was in there. So be closer to your teammates. Ana will be about let's say she's a close to mid-ranged from your teammates, and to enemies she's mid to close ranged, meaning she prefers the mid-range to them, close range sometimes. Long range occasionally if you have a really good angle for it. Uh-oh. I don't know if we were paying much attention during that one. Throw it on him when he was all the way in the room over there. Oopsie. Nice sleep. Watch your D.Va. Oh, pay attention just a tad bit late, and then also could go for the nade. Go for the nade for the burst heals, right? That's gonna keep her up there if you see her sooner and if you're nading her. So pay attention, keep your awareness up. I think your awareness is a little bit lower on when you're not playing Brig, because I think on Brig there's just a little bit less for you to do. So I think your awareness is better in that first game. We're struggling a little bit more in this game to pay, and in the last game, to pay attention to where teammates are. Just because there's a little bit more things to be paying attention to. Okay, we'll talk about long-range nades when we go for our wrap-up review of the session. Notice how far pushed back we are again here. Like, we're just so far back. Be a little bit closer. Bob, nice sleep. But we're just kind of sitting on bridge out in the open. We're not in range to do anything with our nade during the fight. Okay, we swapped to Moira, which is, honestly, it's a pretty good pick for this point. We try, he dies. Nice. Nice. Watch your tank. Watch your tank. We kind of keep doing this game where we stop paying attention to the tank. He gets really low and it gets really scary. But good job turning and finding him there. Nice. So far you have a good balance of your heal versus damage. I like it. Yeah. There we're lowish on your resources, so play in range to actually use it. To do damage and we threw our damage orb a little bit late there as well. Okay, pretty good coalescence. I don't think you had orb, do you? Oh, you do have orb. Always throw, or if you have orb available, always throw orb before your coalescence, just because it's a little bit of extra damage, right? If you're doing damage, it's a little bit of extra damage. If you're doing healing, it's a little bit of extra healing. Good fade. Great orb of damage. Honestly, that was pretty solid Moira gameplay right there. And Moira's a pretty solid character at the moment, so if you're looking to play Moira more, might not be a bad idea. Oh, let's look at the deaths as well this game. Death 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a 20-minute game. Once again, once every 2 minutes, really great death rate. Just maybe not finding enough value. Oh, teammates dead instantly. Not too much you can do about that one, but maybe be pushed forward so that your Mercy could go for the res, maybe. Oh, no, she's backing. Nice. Watch their health bars, right? Look how much, like, healing we're just holding here. On Moira, you have a heal over time effect, right? So your heal over time effect, you tap them, and it'll heal them. I'm not actually sure how much. Maybe it's like 50 HP-ish, right? So you tap them, and it'll heal them. So instead, if your teammates aren't low health, you're just topping them off, just give them a quick tap, and then that's more uptime for damage as well, right? You can get more damage in, which keeps your resource meter more balanced. You'll be able to get more value because you're getting more overall, more heals and more damage in. So if you're just checking up on their health and topping them off, just give them a quick tap. Don't hold it down. And then you can also get them up to like 90% health and let the heal over time do the last little bit as well. So utilize the heal over time effect. Just glance at them and give them a quick tap. You don't have to hold down your heals on them all the time. Like, look at your Bastion. He's full HP. And we're just holding down heals on him. Look at Mercy. She's down like, 50 HP, and we're just holding it down on her. Give him a quick tap, right? And then it'll give him the heal over time effect. Good heal orb. Alright, and we're dead. You swap Ana. That's a perfectly fine pick. Okay. Doomfist is up on high ground. Use in between fights to rotate to the best positioning possible. If you have teammates going up to high ground might be the place to go here. But instead we're kind of like positioned off to the side. This isn't horrible positioning, but look at where your teammates are, right? We're not going to have line of sight on them at all. Like, we can't see them. We can't do anything. Look where the fight's happening. They're all doing the fight, and we can't see nothing from here, right? So position where you can actually see and interact with the fight. This is better than before, but maybe still high ground would have been optimal. Well, maybe could have tried to go for the sleep on him. Uh-oh. We're back. We're like full backing, and we don't have line of sight on teammates now, right? Maybe instead of full backing, we could be positioning around here, where we're up on this little mini high ground. We no one can really reach us too great, but we can still heal these guys if we need to, right? But we're like full backing, so we just lose line of sight. Keep line of sight on your teammates. Okay, they come to you, which is good. That's better. Okay, we're a little too far away, so sleep becomes more difficult the further back you are. So playing up on that corner will be easier. We stop paying attention to mantra. Make sure we're watching. Keep eyes open for teammates. So we play just a little far back. Once again, we're playing the long range when you could be playing. Oh, yep. Watch for the healing. There you go. We're playing the long range when mid to close range is good. Yep. All right. Going to be looking for a nano this fight. So far, I'd say that your Ana looks the least comfortable out of all of your characters. Like you look like you're really comfortable with Brig and Moira. I'd say have seemed your most comfortable. Bap and Ana have definitely seemed a lot less comfortable to me. Just if you're looking for characters to prioritize. That's unfortunate. They don't touch in time. But you're still trying to fight the fight. Don't like full back just because you didn't touch if your teammates are all in there fighting. Right, you have... Oh, good heals. But you also like stop paying attention to your other teammates, so just watch them. That's unfortunate. We kind of spanned both of our abilities there, which is difficult. The more they have to contest you on Ana, you want to start holding on to your abilities, right? They have Tracer and Doomfist, and they also have Bob that you want to sleep too. So I wouldn't really just go spamming out sleep and nade. You gotta be really careful and reserved with them. And if you're being contested a lot, you might want to save them for when you're being contested or when they're diving into your team. Because here we have a Tracer on us and we don't have abilities, right? And that's the only thing you really can do to get her off of you. So I think we just use those too early, hold on to them a bit more. If they have nothing at all to contest you, you can use them much more flippantly, use them off cooldown. But if they have a lot of things to contest you, you have to be more reserved and using them as they're coming on top of you. Okay.
You're powered up. Get in there.
It's unfortunate you lose 2 of your teammates there. Okay, flicking the sleep right when he's just kind of right in front of you. Good cover usage. Okay, we'll go over after this game is done. We'll go over a few things in the training range with that as we do the wrap-up review. Okay, we're trying to push. They come out. Nice flail. Oh, God. Add bit aggro. Just gotta be careful. Try to, like, because you do have to remember that even while you're playing a little bit more aggro, you are squishy. So you will get melted very quickly. So if you have 5 people looking at you and you're ahead of your tank, you're gonna die, right? So try to play behind your tank. Watch how many people are looking at you and shooting at you. If you have 5 people looking at you and shooting at you, it might not be the time to push unless you got your ult. But if you have like 2 people looking at you, maybe you can go and swing on something, right? Okay. Bash to catch up. Yep, there you go. Healing her when she's full HP. Those were better health packs. Nice. Yep, swing on him, swing on him. Yeah, not much to do at this point. Honestly, dying before... I don't think you made too many mistakes there. I just think we didn't find value fast enough, and your team... And you died early on. Okay, so you go BAP again here. See how that goes. Oh my goodness. Dang, that sucks. You lost all of your health. Could have shifted a hair earlier. Pay attention and watch the Doomfist, right? Be aware. Maybe you can throw down if you see he's jumping in with a full charge punch, maybe you can throw down an immortality field, or you can have a charge, like have your jump charged up and ready to jump over top of it. Another option. Right, those are 2 different ideas to work with, right? Just be watching and paying attention for it. Reload your ammo. That's something minor though. Oh, they had a beat or rushing. Sorry, I noticed on Baptiste we've been very hesitant to use your lamp. Be a little bit more loose with your lamp, right? Obviously, we're gonna want to start. You want to be. You don't want to waste it, but it's better to use it and waste it than to never use it at all, right? Because if you never use it at all, it gets 0 value, and you're also never gonna learn what situations are good to use it in if you're not using it at all, right? So use it. Don't be hesitant with it. Use it when people are in danger. So if your Zarya is caught out in the open here, and you see that she's critical, and she's being pushed by a beat, or she's critical, use your lamp, right? Throw it around the corner here, so that usually with lamps you want to throw it around the corner if at all possible, so that it stays up longer. Use cover with your lamp, but here that would keep your Zarya alive. Especially there is a big thing. That's a decent lamp, but your Zarya is already dead. Good shift. Maybe try to play around cart instead of out in the open here. So using cover could have made that a winnable fight, potentially. But then that's game. All right. So, oh, yeah, leave game. Let's do wrap-up review and main points of the session, as well as really quick Ana tech here as well. Sorry, we went over a lot of different characters, so it might take a second to go through this review, because it's probably going to be a little bit different per character. Because each character will have its own little things to improve on. Ana, really quick tip with your nade usage, right? If you're going for a mid to long range nade, don't just chuck it in there. Take your ult charge and line that up with an enemy, and press your E, and your nade's gonna hit them from any height or any range that you're at. So here, same thing. If I am on more even footing with them, and they're also on a slope here, I'm actually gonna line up my Q with them, right? And notice how this nade will hit them, right? Naturally. So that's a really easy way to line up your nade instead of just trying to chuck it in and hope that it lands. All right, so let's do wrap up, review, main points of the session. So let's go over all the ability usages first, right? So this is gonna be different per character. Ana, ability usage, really focus on your ability usage. Hold on to that. If they're on a dive, use them. Don't just kind of chuck them in there. Make sure that they're getting value. Use your sleep when the Doomfist is blocking. Be a little bit closer because you're struggling because you're using your abilities from so far away. Overall, I'd say like a medium priority for you to work on Ana. Maybe a little bit of a higher end of a medium, but I'd say about a medium priority. Baptiste, it's shift pretty good. Immortality field, you're not using it, right? It's just not happening. So pay attention, be intentional, watch health bars, watch danger level of teammates. So when do teammates look like they're in danger and you're using your immortality, preferably be behind the corner, but just use it. Don't be hesitant to use it, because you're letting a lot of teammates die when you could have saved them with immortality field. Overall, that's like really a higher end of a medium, or even a lower end of a medium high with your Baptiste ability usage. Brig ability usage, watch your health packs, right? You're just don't throw them on full HP characters. Don't throw them out when people are really close to full HP, because then most of it doesn't do anything. Don't waste it in between fights. Wait for fight. Try to rotate one pack, so that you have packs available for the fight. Don't double pack where one pack would suffice. So if one pack would heal them up, fine. Don't double pack, because then you're just wasting your packs. Be really intentional with your health packs. Don't throw health packs. Try to throw health packs through teammates. Watch your teammates, move around them. Make sure you're getting at your right accuracy, because sometimes we're throwing at people who on accident, right? So health packs is a really big part of your Brig gameplay. Whip shot, watch your accuracy a little bit, right? It could be a little bit better. It's not horrible, but it could be a little bit better. Bash. Remember, you have it for mobility as well. Sometimes we're just a tad bit slow to use it. You're also a lot of times out of range, but that gets to positioning. But you're not usually in range to use your bash either. So be in range to use your bash. Overall, Brig, definitely a medium high, right? It's definitely a big thing for you to work on Brig. Priority for you to work on. Let's see. The last one was Moira. 1, 2, 3, and the Moira. Yep. Moira, honestly, ability usage, Fade looked pretty solid. Orbs looked pretty solid. I did not really see very much when you're on your Moira. I'd say it was a, ability usage, maybe some things here and there, but it's a low to medium priority for you to work on. Ult usage, Moira, ults look pretty solid. Brig, make sure you're close to people when you're ulting. Don't try to ult from a mile away from them, right? If you're trying to ult from back here to those guys, then half of your ult's going to get wasted as you're just running at them, right? So if you're trying to run on them and get aggressive, because that's what you want to do, don't play super far back. Get closer before you're ulting and then ult. Be right here and then ult, right? Then besides that, the other really big thing in general across all of your ults was just don't use ultimates in won or lost fights. Be careful of that. Baptiste ults, we only saw like one of or two of. Just make sure it's like there's that one time it could have been a little bit closer forwards to be able to see more things. Ana nano boost. Looked pretty solid. Honestly, I think your ult usage looked pretty solid. It was just make sure you don't use them in won or lost fights. Overall, ult usage across the board was a low to medium priority. Next comes your mechanics. Target priority is a big thing in mechanics. Shoot at the easier characters. Don't shoot at the harder characters unless they're low, out of position, or the only thing you can shoot at, right? So, watch target priority. You especially on that Brig, on that one map, you're focused on Doomfist the entire game. Go and hunt down those easier characters if you're able to get on them, right? You did a little bit better on that throughout the next couple of games, but still watch it because sometimes they're shooting at the wrong characters. Besides that, let's see. Baptiste, especially, we saw that we struggled with aim. Warm up before you play comp, especially if you know you're gonna be playing aim intensive characters. Do 10 minutes of aim intensive game mode, and then you can also use that to aim intensive game modes to practice your aim. Crosshair placement, so don't aim down here and land body shots. Aim up here and walk around looking here and hit headshots. It's much easier if you're walking around aiming at head level, right? Which also means pre-aiming. So they're right here. So come around the corner, and they're on a slope. So come around the corner, already aimed head level, right? So it's just really easy shots to land, right? Very easy shots because you're already aiming at that head level. And then potentially think about lowering sensitivity. Just watch where your sensitivity's at. Is there anything else in mechanics? Watch teammates who are low. Healing comes as a priority before damage or anything else. So watch your teammates that are low. Sometimes we're letting teammates just die around us without us paying attention, which comes a little bit to awareness, but also to just pay attention and heal teammates who are low. Also, really massive thing, watch overhealing, right? Overhealing was a thing across all your characters, especially Brig and especially Moira, where it's easy to overheal and waste your resources. But then not as much as Ana, but also a little bit on Baptiste as well. Watch people's health bars. You don't have to heal them if they're full HP or really close to full HP. That's going to waste a lot of your resources and a lot of your time. You're going to have so much time to do other more valuable things if you're watching health bars. Watch their health bars of your teammates. And then besides that, I think that was pretty much it across most of your characters. Overall, that was a... I'd say mechanics across all those things, that's probably like a higher end of a medium. Maybe on like a character like Ana, it was a little bit lower down the totem pole. But across a lot of the characters, it was pretty high. Medium or higher end of a medium. Then comes positioning. Positioning overall looked pretty solid with cover usage. Your cover usage was really good, but I think you played out of your preference ranges in a lot of cases. So play within your preference range. Moira, you looked fine. Ana is not long range. She's not sitting back here because then you can't see your teammates as easily. You can't throw your abilities as easily. To your teammates, your close range, which would be about here, right? Close to mid. Sometimes you can play mid. Enemies, it's mid to close. So this is like a mid-range from enemies, right? Don't be a mile away unless it's a really good positioning for it. Then go ahead and go for it. Brig, be a little bit closer. same thing. You're playing super far back. Anchor with your tank. Play around your tank. Try to put yourself in places where you're safe and using cover, but you can still get in range and do things. And you can get on top of them if they're low, right? You want to be able to swing while being safe and being careful. There's just sometimes where we're playing a little too far back. Baptiste, same thing. Play around your team. Be in range of your team. Baptiste is close range to his team. Medium from enemy team is his ranging. Play around those. Besides that, you did pretty solid. Just, occasional. Watch the position. Watch the cover usage. Watch the high ground usage. Things like that. Overall, that ranging was like a medium priority for you to work on across your characters. Except for Moira. Moira was fine with it. And then finally comes awareness. Awareness, pay attention to where is your teammates at. There's sometimes where we just didn't notice when teammates were just off on their own, doing their own thing, and they were critical health. So watch where are teammates. Watch your health bars of your teammates. Watch their danger levels so you can pay attention and throw in your immortality field and things like that. Besides that, pay attention to where enemies are so you're not getting dove out of nowhere. Pay attention to the flow of the fight, right? So watch kill feed and who's up and who's down. 1 to 2, advantage or disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or lost fight. Other things go into that as well, right? Other disadvantages and disadvantages. If it's at a 2, right, then it can go either way. It all just comes down to other things will be other advantages and disadvantages are who has more health, who has better positioning, who has closer spawns, who has more abilities, who has more ults, things like that. Watch for those, and that will dictate the flow of the fight. Don't use ult to win or lost fights. And then if you've lost a fight, get out if you can. If you can't, let them kill you. Just be careful about that as well. And generally, just pay attention to your surroundings. And overall, that one was, I'd say on Brig, you did pretty solid with it. But there's still parts of it that were missing. So overall, I'd say that was like a higher end of a medium for you to work on. So to put that all in order, generally speaking across all your characters, this is going to differ slightly. I'd say particularly with your ability usage, that's where it differs from character to character. So let's just zoom one like down the line real quick. Ana, number 1 is probably positioning. Number 2 is probably going to be your let's say ability usage, then awareness, then your mechanics, and then your ult usage. So that's your order for what to work on. Baptiste, number 1, probably going to be your let's say ability usage number 1. Number 2 is going to be your mechanics. Number 3 is your awareness. Number 4 is your position. Did I already say positioning? I don't think I said positioning yet. Positioning, and then number 5 is your ult usage. Then for Brig, I would say that number 1 comes to your ability usage, flat up, right? Ability usage, most important thing. Number 2, positioning. Number 3, awareness, but a lot of the awareness stuff kind of ties in with your ability usage, so that, don't worry too much about it. Then mechanics, and then finally ult usage, and then finally Moira. Number 1 is going to be probably awareness, and then maybe let's say next, I guess, mechanics, then positioning, then ability usage, then ult usage, right? It's kind of the general flow. So for a lot of your characters, ult usage came kind of towards the bottom, but still some things to work on. But ability usage was higher on some characters and lower on some others. And then generally speaking across the board, you want to work on your awareness, positioning, and mechanics. Please, that's really about it. Let me know if you need anything, if you have any questions. And then I'm going to go and mark your order as delivered. You can go mark it as complete and then leave a review. If you ever have any other questions after the session, feel free to ask them at any time. I'd be happy to help you out with those. And then that's really about it. So if you like the session and you want more, feel free to order up. I'd be happy to help you out. There are discount options available if you go for more than one session as well. And then I know that you did the just the replay review, without you in it. But do you know? I mean, like, my traditional is just having you in the chat, so, and walking through this with you. So that's also an option if you're ever interested in it. But that's really about it. So I will see you around. Have a great day and a great climb. God bless. See ya.